You know, sometimes good and wise thoughts and instructions come from very old people. Now, a friend of mine out here in Chaco was telling me the other day about a happening in his church not too long ago. It seems that the preacher was giving a powerful sermon on forgiveness. And he finished up his sermon by asking the question, how many of you forgive your enemies? Well, about 4 hands went up. And he said, now we're going to get silent for a few minutes. I want you to think about a lot of things. We're going to ask that same question in a while. Just think about what I've told you this morning. And in a few minutes, he said, now, how many of you forgive your enemies? Well, a few more hands went up. He realized that he wasn't getting to the whole bunch, and he said, look, I want you to pray very hard. Close your eyes, get quiet. I want the whole church quiet for maybe 5 minutes. And I want you to think about what we've talked about this morning. And when you listen to that little small voice inside you, do what you're told. And so they waited about 5 minutes, and after that time, the preacher said, now, how many of you forgive your enemies? Well, all the hands in the church went up, except for one very old man sitting on the very back pew. Now, I'm not going to tell you who he is, but everybody out here and everybody in the church knows that he's 98 years old. And the preacher asked him directly, why won't you forgive your enemies? The old man said, I don't have any enemies. And the church applauded. And the preacher asked him to come down to the front. So he got up, very carefully shuffled down to the front of the church. And the preacher, sentencing a powerful lesson to be delivered to the congregation, said, how is it that in your 98 years, you don't have any enemies at all? And the old man straightened up, squared his shoulders, and said, because I've outlived all those rotten buzzards. Well, like I said in the beginning of this little saga, sometimes good and wise instructions come from very old people. As this preacher found out, though, sometimes they don't. I'm Jim Ritchie. I'll see you again next time.